if you want to support the show, any of the shows, either this or whichever show, I'm not on right now because it's just a blanket ad for all of them, and the website, you can go to bewareofspoilers.com. In the description for any of the episodes of Beware of Spoilers, there is the option to donate. If you don't want to donate that way, you can donate directly through the website. We do have that, mwpnews.com. And if you don't want to support that way, then going to mwpnews.com will help out because we have ads there. We don't want to keep it, with it a lot of ads. There's a few ads. But the point is we want to make it so that way, we can sustain this for the long term. If people donate, we're never going to paywall anything, I don't think, as of right now. But if people, if people start donating, we'll start doing cooler and cooler stuff. Like donations are how we get to cover stuff like Tribeca and other, film festivals. And, we may be able to bring on more people to help out. So if you want to help out the show and you want more content from us, by all means, even just going and giving us a 5-star rating on Spotify helps out a lot. But that's it. That's the only ad we'll have on the podcast ever. But here's whatever podcast you're going to be listening to. Good morning and welcome to the Backlog Files. I am Adam. We are here today to talk about our next episode, namely Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver. This was one that I've been waiting to talk about for a while because I think there is a solid argument to be made that this is the peak. This is the absolute peak of the mainline Pokemon games. That before this, there was nothing better, and since this, there's been nothing better. We'll see when I replayed Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, if maybe they unseat. I would say this is probably the best game they released. I think that everything about this game clicks. I think graphically it looks the best. I think it is the least buggy. It is definitely the one that is the most playable. I think it uses the bottom screen of the DS the best as a straight up interface when you're on the open world. None of this weird, like, I think the Pokédex, which we didn't really talk about the last 2 weeks with Diamond and Pearl or Platinum, the Pokédex is cool, but I don't think there's enough there to make it particularly usable, except for maybe the step counter and the marking map. But besides that, I don't think that's a particularly useful tool for most of the bottom screen. Meanwhile, I think here, having it be just the menus up all the time, you can toggle on and off your your rod and just have it permanently on. You can hit the quick buttons for quick select from your key items, your bike, your rod, whatever you need. And we talked about it last week, where I think the biggest benefit to Platinum compared to Diamond and Pearl is the Battle Frontier. It is the same Battle Frontier. It's in this game, which is a better game to play. I think the surf mechanic is fixed. I think that the world looks better. It's brighter. It's more, it commits to that art style that is Gen 4. Because let's just address it. Gen 4 and Gen 5 are both on the DS, whereas Gen 1 and Gen 2 are basically the same art style. One is more detailed. It's substantially more detailed than Gen 2. But it's basically the same art style between Gen 1 and Gen 2. Gen 3 is its own thing, because it's on the Game Boy Advance. It's the only one there. Gen 4 and Gen 5, both are on the DS, and they do have very different looking art styles. Gen 5 looks more pixely than Gen 4 does, and I think Gen 4's art style kind of peaks with HeartGold and SoulSilver. Where it doesn't look quite as, grainy. And I think that the following mechanic works better. I think that the game is more fluid. They fix a lot of the problems from Gold and Silver. I think the level curve is more flattened. My one complaint is I don't like Mount Silver in this game compared to Mount Silver in Gold and Silver. I think that they do a better job of handling Kanto. I think the Pokeathlon is leagues better than the Gen 4 iteration of contests, or what replaces it in Gen 5 with the musicals and the Pokestar Studios. I think that this is it. This is Pokemon operating on all cylinders. This is firing on all cylinders. This is the pinnacle of the franchise right here, and I think they handle it so well. Um, Especially considering it's a remake, and I think this is an issue that, like, when you look at the amount of other stuff that was added here, they added back in the Safari Zone. They added in a bunch of things that were removed from the original games, like, and the game is just better off for it. Like, and I would say from here, like, yeah, there are some mechanics that are added into Gen 5 and Gen 6 and Gen 7 that are better than this, but as a whole package, this is the best game, I think, hands down. Which brings us to our ranking. This is going to be a short episode, because I think that this game is kind of my peak. This is the game against which all other Pokemon games before and since are rated against. For me at least. Let's just take a look. Hang on, where is my list? Here it is. Let's just go down the list, because this is going to be our new number one. Hang on, let me just add it to the list. I'll get the numbering right. This is another 5-star game. Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver. So let's go down our list. We have 25 games in the bag. Number 25, Hey You, Pikachu. Number 24, Pokemon Dash. Number 23, the original Pinball. Number 22, Channel. Number 21, Puzzle Challenge and Puzzle League. Number 20, Trading Card Game. Number 19, Trozy. Number 18, Diamond and Pearl. Number 17, Platinum. Number 16, Red and Blue. Number 15, Stadium. Number 14, Stadium 2. Number 13, Snap. Number 12, Yellow. Number 11, Gold and Silver. Number 10, Crystal. Number 9, Ranger. Number 8, there we go. Now it's next. Number 8, Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. Number 7, Fire Red and Leaf Green. Number 6, Coliseum. Number 5, XD. Number 4, Ruby and Sapphire. Number 3, Emerald. Number 2, Dungeon Blue and Red Rescue Team. Number 1, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think this was the easiest one to rank, because I think that just everything about, there's nothing, like, one of the things, especially looking back now with these games, is, like, what's the replayability factor? What's the thing that's going to keep me, like, if I'm going to do a replay of one of these games, is there something here that's going to keep me from replaying it? And Heart Gold and Soul Silver does not have that. There is no point in the game where I'm like, this is the thing I'm dreading. There is no, like, in, what's it called? In Diamond and Pearl, like, I would say I dread getting through the story part. The whole thing with Team Galactic. That isn't here. Or like with what's it called? With X and Y, which we'll get to in a few weeks or a few months. The whole thing where you have to get through it with riding the fucking Rhyhorn. Like, not something I look forward to on a replay. So look, I think that's kind of where this is. Like, there's nothing in this game that I'm like, I don't want to do that again, so I will skip this game or put off playing this game. That's kind of why, like, that's the thing here, and I think that, like, yeah, that's all I got on this. This is just the peak of Pokemon within this franchise with the mainline games. But we'll wrap up there for today. Our next episode next week will be, hang on, where's my list? Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Darkness, followed by Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky, followed by Battle Revolution, and Rumble. But until our next episode, have a great rest of your